risen since the last offering, but they got near to the top end of what they wanted to auction across all 3 or 4 lines away. Demand, as you were saying, was okay at the 3 and 13 year, but at the long end, which was a cheap part of the curve, and the issue itself was cheap within that area, demand was pretty good. I think the cover was just under 2, so a lot of that was from domestics. So I think that the Italian authorities can take some heart from that.
All right. Do you think in general we're getting a little bit too exercised about rising yields in Italy and Spain?
I think the signals from this auction today were very encouraging, and maybe the political jitters that we're seeing in the market, or worries, have been a little bit overstated. I can't help feeling, though, that given the tightness of the polls just ahead of the blackout we saw on Saturday, suggests to me that there will be some upward pressure on yields over the next couple of weeks into the elections. I think the problem is that, you know, at the back end of last year, we saw a big yield grab for peripheral debt. We saw a lot of overseas interest again, and I think the investor positioning is going to leave the market vulnerable to a little bit of selling pressure into the elections.
So what is ICAP's trade now? Is it keep long the core, sell periphery?
For the moment, yeah, particularly at current levels, we would be sort of staying long the core, short the periphery, looking for wider spreads going into these elections. I think 10-year Italian yields will end up over the next couple of weeks being a little bit closer to 5% as we go into the election.
And if we get a Bassani-Monti win, will you reverse that trade?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if the outcome is in line with expectations in the market in terms of, you know, a Bassani Monti coalition, then I think that's going to leave room for Italian yields to recover some lost ground and spreads to narrow again. So at that point, we'll be looking to get long the periphery, short the core.